The DS, yeah. It's pretty cool. But is it that cool? Today I'll be demonstrating why this right here, it sucks. UltaScoob. Why does that suck? It's not particularly bad. You can't say it's bad. But I grew up in, well, not that. This is the 3DS, specifically the 3DS XL. The new 3DS XL, yeah, the new one that came out 10 years ago, yeah, the new one. But yeah, this one, I've had this one for a while, pretty much my first console, so I thought it was great at the time. And don't even get me started on the homebrew opportunity, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. Because this, and not the countless others I don't have, that's just too much, you know? But I grew up with this. I did. I grew up with this and the Wii U. Yeah, you heard me. The Wii U. But so yeah, they're pretty cool. But yeah, they're fine, I suppose. I say that they're fine, I suppose, but they truly are great. And honestly, yeah, they're pretty cool to the naked eye, but to me, they're not pretty cool. In fact, I think they are the most overused, not complicated. I mean, look at this thing. It has 2 screens. One of them you can touch it. It's cool. But I just find the 3DS to be such an odd, like that DS, the 3DS, all of them, they're just so weird. Especially since they did so well. I'm pretty sure, like, second best-selling console of all time, which is pretty good if not all video game standards. They are the second best after all. So, why do I think the DS is bad? Well, let's get started into the history first, you know. The DS was actually like a really like weird thing. It was this weird thing that, like, you know, they didn't really want to do it all that much. It was like this weird experimental thing. And it actually did pretty well. What do I mean by it did pretty well? I mean, it quite literally had a lot of revisions. What do I mean by a lot of revisions? I think like 8 revisions. Nintendo DS, Nintendo DSi, Nintendo DSi, Nintendo DSi XL, Nintendo 3DS, Nintendo 3DS XL, new Nintendo 3DS XL, 2DS, new 2DS XL, new Nintendo 3DS XL, blah 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 blah. Yeah, and the funniest part, I don't see why it was so successful, because they were competing against the freaking PSP. Now, if you haven't heard of a PSP, essentially what a PSP is, it's a PlayStation Portable, and it literally had the ability to play pretty much PlayStation 2 quality games on the go. And if you don't know, that's pretty good, because PS2 games, they're pretty good. So that we have being able to play PlayStation 2 level games, literally PlayStation 2 level games, versus you know, freaking there is no see, it doesn't even work. We have Picto Chat, Epic. But no, that compared to freaking God of War? How did this thing win? How did this thing win, you may ask? And that was actually the beginning of Nintendo's. And you wanna know why it went? That is because of one little goof up they call the Wii U. And why was that created? Because of the Wii, and the Wii was made off of the DS market, which was a market for the casuals. And the casuals always win the day in the end. And why is that? Because there's just so many of them, you know? $154 million copies. You wanna know how many of those were grandparents? A lot. Like a lot. There was a ton of things on the DS that just appealed to them, like dogs. Dogs are cool. Mario is cool. All that other stuff. I don't really know much about the DS library. What I do know about? The 3DS library. Because I grew up with the 3DS. This is such an improvement, and it did so much worse. Nintendo in general did so much worse in that little era of, oh, we gotta do the casuals. But at the same time, the hardcore, sweaty, nasty Call of Duty players too. All of them. And do you know what they did resulting in that? None of them. Yeah, that was that era where they were like, oh, we can do both, but they did neither. And do you want to know how I know they did neither? Because I was 6 when I got my Wii U. And I was neither. I wasn't a funny screen. And I wasn't a freaking hardcore over here. Someone. Oh, I missed a shot. Yeah. I wasn't either. I was a young little lad. And what did I do as a young little lad? I got a 3DS and a Wii U. Wii U? I loved the Wii U. No one else liked the Wii U. It's big. What's going on? That was weird, but that's okay, because now that the earthquake is over, we can continue talking about the DS. The DS, when it originally released, that was when the Game Boy Advance was only like 3 years in, like not that much, not that many. So they were like, oh, you see this console? It's doing really well. What do we do? Hi! You wanna know what we're gonna do instead? Yes. What they did with the 3DS, come here, come real close. What they did with the the DS here is they had a Game Boy slot. What they did with the Game Boy slot, come back, is you can play Game Boy Advance games, yes, only Game Boy Advance games, and DS games on your Switch. Not your Switch, on your DS. And that's cool. You wanna know why that's cool? So they could keep selling copies, because they were like, it doesn't work. And it worked. So now they continued on with the DS Lite. Because let's be honest, the original DS, disgusting, nasty. It looked like a Tron character, and it was a console. Not good. So what they did is they made a new one, the DS Lite, which is the one that I have, except mine is pretty pink. Where did I get this? I actually bought it from a retro video game store. Yes, that is why the stylus looks like nasty and infected. But it's not infected. We're good. This is workable. Trust me, I know it is. Me and my dad, like, ganged up on each other in Big Brain Academy. Trust me, this works. Oh, hey, Sonic Classic Collection is epic. Anyway, you know what we should get into next? Let's get into the next console that they had with the DS. The DS name in it. Nintendo DSi. For some reason. I don't know where it comes from. Probably from iPhone. Where's the icon? I don't know. But the Nintendo DSi, it was good. It was really good. You wanna know why? It had voice recording. It had the store where you could download mini titles, not like real ones. No. For like Nintendo points, you could get mini games. Not like mini games, but games that are smaller than actual games. They called these Express, Dr. Mario Express. I can't think of any other examples on the top of my head, but that's besides the point. The point was that this was a great console. It even had a camera. Do you know what a DS camera looks like? Not great, but it was there, and it was portable. It was good. So where did it go wrong? Oh, it went wrong with the 3DS. But before we talk about the 3DS, we're going to talk about the 3DS. The 3DS was actually really cool when it first came out. The whole idea was glasses 3D. Oh, that's awesome. And yeah, it was pretty awesome. But the thing was that nobody liked it. Why did nobody like it? Well, because it was just another DS. None of the original DS, all the casuals liked, right? All the moms out there, you liked the DS, and all the hardcore players like Super Mario. And then we got another one. The 3DS. Yes, the 3DS. Can you believe it? It's like I said the name 5 times. 3DS. Yes. It was great. I love this thing so much. So much. And why is that? The library? The 3D, which I never used. The controls. Oh, it feels so good in my hands because my hands are huge. And I loved it. I loved it. So why do I have a problem with it? That's because it didn't do great for some reason. Why didn't it do great? That's a great question. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't genuinely hate the 3DS. The 3DS family, I love them. We visit them every Thanksgiving. But the DS family? Ew. Yuck. Old. Get out. You're smelly. But the 3DS? Oh, that's great. I've even got I've got new Super Mario Brothers 2 on here. It's amazing, spectacular, wonderful. We love it. We love new Super Mario Brothers 2. Yes, we know Super Mario Bros. Wonder came out. But this was awesome. Do you want to know why it was awesome? It was a DSi that could do 3D, better games, and still played all the old DS games. That's so awesome. And you want to know what else it had? It had a built-in Mii Maker. You can't see that, but it did have a built-in Mii Maker. And built-in Mii Maker, awesome. Because the Mii Maker is awesome. Just like me, I'm awesome. No, but the 3DS was such a major improvement. But they even had Street Pass. Street Pass was this thing where if you left your DS on, but you closed it, the green thing would turn on. It wasn't red. Because it wasn't, it was green. And what green did, because when you were near another 3DS that was closed and had Street Pass, you could grab each other's Miis, abduct them, and then they're in the plaza. What's the Mii Plaza? Oh, it was great. You could get a bunch of minigames you could play with your Miis, you could play with other people's Miis, you could have other people's Miis, you could like put them in your system. You could race them in New Super. You can like do like the coin rush thing with New Super Mario Brothers 2 against other people. That's cool. So why didn't the system do well? That is because to most people it was essentially another DS but big. And just like last time, this was competing with another PlayStation Portable, the PlayStation Vita, which was so much better than the 3DS in so many ways. So I honestly don't. Oh god, not again! Oh god, okay. That was man. Coming close. I think there's something going wrong here. Anyway, we're not gonna worry about whatever's going wrong with the whole. Oh my god, there's an earthquake. We're just gonna keep talking about the 3DS. Why did it fail? Every casual fan that liked the DS, oh, that's just another one, and they didn't grab it because it was just another DS to them. And for hardcore gamers, they're like, but this is small and doesn't have Call of Duty. So they didn't buy it either. So who bought it at the beginning anyways? Nobody. You wanna know why else nobody bought it at the beginning? Because it was $350 damn dollars. That is expensive. Do you know how much $350 damn dollars is? It's pretty much $350 damn dollars, and that's a lot of money. So no one is paying $350 damn dollars, which is pretty much more than the Wii U. I think it was for, you know, this guy here. So why did we buy one? Why did my house buy one? Because it was great. It was affordable when we bought it, because we bought it like a couple years after the price dropped. And it's the reincarnation of Jesus. No, that's a joke. It is literally a great system. No one bought it at the beginning. But now, like, I think it has like 30,000, 50,000 sales, I think. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So why did I make this video? Why did I make this video? Because I think what happened with the Wii U also happened with the 3DS. What happened here was that they used the DS name to boost sales, then everybody thought it was just another DS and didn't buy it. Just like, stop me if this sounds familiar, they named the Wii U after the Wii to boost the sales of the Wii U, and it was the second worst selling console of all time by Nintendo. 13 million. 13 million in the console space isn't a lot. Me, if I had 13 people buying me, I'd be happy. So, but they weren't, which is why the Switch came out, and we're all yippee, we're all happy now. So with the Wii U, not great, but that was my childhood system. I loved the Wii U. Yes, I loved the Wii U because it was my console. It was mine. I had it. It was mine. I could play Pokken Tournament, Mario Maker with my uncle, all that jazz, and you know, it was pretty epic. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then there's a bunch of other 3DS revisions that didn't change anything at all, except for this one. Oh, I'm getting busty just looking at it. The 3DS, the new 3DS XL. Oh, what a godsend. My hands, they're big. So what did I do? We bought a 3DS XL for my big ass hands, and these are very helpful because this is a big ass handheld for my big ass hands, and this works great for everyone involved. Everyone. So it didn't sell well. Why? Because, well, it was the same as the DS, but 3D, and so much better. Well, it's because of the name. If they didn't name it and market it the way they did, let's not even get into the advertisements they had that year. But if they didn't name it and advertise it the way they did, it would have been so much better. Like, it would have been perfecto. But it wasn't perfecto. It was, oh, a machine home. Like, if the Wii U wasn't named the Wii U, and the ads weren't, well, that we'd be so much better off. It would have been so much better. It would have been, I predict, at least 30 million, because that's how good I genuinely think the console was. But if it wasn't called the Wii U, it would have been so much better. But this isn't about the Wii U, this is about the DS, you hear me? So, the 3DS, this guy. So, conclusion, the 3DS isn't actually that bad now that I look back on it. The DS isn't actually that bad. Sure, most of the revisions were pretty much the same thing, but just got progressively worse because no more GBA, which means no more Wario. Unless you want Master in Disguise, which nobody wants Master in Disguise. So, we got the GBA. Well, I bought the DS Lite at the pawn shop instead of the DSi because I already had the 3DS. If you're looking to buy a DS Lite. It's better, it's cooler, it doesn't look like a Tron reject, and it's not a GBA port, which is pretty epic. So do that. But anyway, now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Oh, okay. Earthquake. Is this supposed to be a plot line here that hello? Is it supposed to be like a I guess not. Okay, I guess this was just a really unthought of bad joke. I was really dumb, really pointless, and could have set up something cool, but it didn't. Let's just get to the score. In general, the DS family was a great console. They were great. They were cool. They were pretty much the same thing the whole time, but they were pretty cool. So what is the ScoobScore? Bam. Yeah, that's right. 8 out of 10. Because it's cool. I was gonna be a bitch about it more, but I wasn't. Because it isn't actually that bad. So, that's the ScoobScore. My name was UltaScoob, and if you enjoyed the video, which you make sure to like and subscribe. This was the ScoobScore. I am UltaScoob, and I hope you hated it. So bye.